He would not tune in, bro.
His ass is not listening.
Wait,
But we're
who's
going.
not tuning in?
I don't know, all of our listeners out there. But
Our professors.
welcome to, I believe, the 42nd episode of the Out on Loan podcast. As always, I'm your host, Jeffrey Canova, joined by my lovely co-host as here, as always, in the Isaac Housen, the Kieran Keneally, and the Aricha Chargy. Boys, it's the nightmare is here. The nightmare has happened. Arsenal Football Club, AFTV. I'm just kidding. Who else? Lee Gunner, Lee Judges, Troops TV, well as Mr. DT are officially your Premier League champions of the 2025-2026 calendar season. I give them a round of applause. We'll give them a round of applause. I wish we got a few of our Arsenal boys out there, but hoping they can turn up soon. I'll try to send them the link as we're on live. But congratulations to Arsenal. I know they got a crucial, I believe, what was it, a 1-0 win over Burnley over the weekend. And then, of course, the big result yesterday being Man City drawing 1-1 with, I believe it was Bournemouth away. One of the trickier matchups for Man City, as we kind of predicted, was Man City do have the tougher schedule. You know, Everton being one of those games. And then, obviously, Bournemouth being in those games as well, all fighting for Champions League spot. What are your thoughts for it? I guess, unfortunately, we don't have the Arsenal fans right now. I think one of them is out in a honeymoon. We got our boy Jude working. I'm going to get my other boy to see if he can watch the stream right now. But Man United fans, how do you guys feel, man? Arsenal are finally Premier League champions after 22 years.
I mean, you have to congratulate them first. I think they have been the best team in the league for the most, if not the whole season. So I can't fault them there. They finally ended their league drought. So, I mean, I think they passed the torch to us in terms of who has a long title drought now. Hopefully we end that in a couple of years. But no, I think as a whole for football, I think maybe sort of the Premier League, it's a kind of a lesson of patience and persistence about staying with the manager and giving him time to build his squad and implement a system, because Arsenal's owners, their board, they could have sacked Arteta in 2020 and 2021. There were several occasions they probably wanted to sack him, but no, they stuck with him. They showed faith, and now they've gotten to this point where they have won a Premier League title. And, you know, a little bit of credit. I always think of United, Arsenal, and Liverpool as like the three, I think, biggest teams in England who have like proper history. They do it the right way, if you will, in terms of developing young players, having good academies. It's not like Chelsea or City where they had like super rich owners from a state, you know, buy them and pump in a lot of money. Arsenal did it a fairly clean way. So I have to congratulate them through gritted teeth. You know, obviously I don't want to see a rival win, but they deserved it this year.
Yeah, agreed here. Unfortunately, seeing Arsenal finally doing it. I really thought that there was going to be like a quadruple of second place finish, and you know, I really wish the Arsenal boys were here to like really defend themselves and just like talk whatever trash and whatever hot takes that they have to say now. After this whole season of just, you know, completely not underestimating them, but just like calling them like garbage and chokers and bottlers, because that's what's the past been, unfortunately, for them the last 3 or 4 years. But this year they were finally able to get the hurdle. And you know, you can make the arguments like, oh, it was like a weak year in Premier League because there were years where Liverpool was scoring 97, 93 points and still finishing second, third. And here you have Arsenal winning it with only 83 points. But I think that just goes to show like the Prem, it's like changing and evolving right in front of our eyes. More and more teams are being more competitive. And we've seen it with teams like Brighton or Brentford that has been promoted to the league about 5-6 years ago. And now, you know, they're competing for Europe spots, which years ago, decades ago, you probably wouldn't, you know, think that would be possible all within a year or two. Yet here we are. Like that's just how like competitive the league is. And, you know, even more credit to Arsenal for still, you know, figuring out a way to stay healthy, play a certain way that, you know, gets you results, as ugly as they may have seemed to the naked eye. And you know, despite almost having a close call this year, still being strong and persistent enough. And I'd have to probably give credit to Declan Rice there for really, keeping the team together, keeping them continuing on. And the ball was still on their court, and they were able to keep it. They're champions, 22 years. First time where you didn't have to be undefeated in the league to win it. So props to y'all. But all that is to say is that, with Pep leaving, there's a big power vacuum in the Prem now. And it's up for grabs for anybody, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's United, whether it's Liverpool, Chelsea, even City themselves. If they can rebuild quickly and go out there and compete, it's going to be an exciting couple of years to finish off the decade to see how Prem really shapes up for the 2020s.
Yeah, most definitely. I think Prem is gonna. I know one of the other big talking points before the game was obviously Pep leaving. That was one of the big news that came out. I don't know if that probably did play a factor into that draw at Bournemouth, and maybe it did, or oh shoot, maybe this is the last ride, and maybe that was the reason why Pep didn't want to kind of announce that as well. You remember during the press conferences right after the post game, he was getting asked about, are you leaving, this and that, and he just said no, we're not. I'm not going to answer that question or anything like that. So maybe that did play a factor. And you're absolutely right. It's kind of fitting that right as Arsenal win this league title, and deservingly so, it's the end of the Pep Guardiola era as we speak, which is insane because he's been there for 10 years. An exemplary manager for the Premier League. Not to Sir Alex Ferguson level, would still argue that without question, but just left a big legacy in the Premier League in terms of how much all types of managers are playing nowadays with their style of play, their pressing, their playing out from the back, goalkeepers needing to play from the back as well. So he's got to give credit to Pep, and I think that kind of also influenced Arsenal and Arteta in a way, which I kind of wanted to shift gears to Isaac as well, because we kind of talked about for Arteta what a big win this is for his legacy. I mean, we said it all the noise in the press conferences, all the things with the TikTok noises at the training sessions, the training grounds, all this type of stuff. We said you just got to win for Arsenal fans. You just got to win it, and they did it, man. So Isaac, what are your thoughts on this, man? I just wanted to know because we've been very vocal and critical about him, and it's now he's got the job done with the Premier League, and what's next for him?
Yeah, I think it's always interesting. I think it definitely brings a lot of credence to sort of, I think, the critics. I think, as you correctly note, and as Aretra pointed out, we've been kind of talking a lot of smack on the show, and I think part of it has been sort of propped up by sort of the media circus that kind of surrounded this team through much of the year, which I think really drove a lot of fan perception on this Arsenal squad. Because I'd fairly say before heading into the season, it wasn't very much of an unlikable squad, and I think it sort of grew to become that. I think as the season went on and sort of with their style of play. And obviously, when you're talking about style of play, that relates a lot back to Arteta, and I think Aretra did a really good job at sort of highlighting how he has sort of been. I don't really know if it's him directly because he sort of still comes out of this Pep sort of branch as well, but of where we can kind of see the Prem style heading in the next even 4 years, especially if you're looking at the next decade like a power vacuum. I think what he set himself up to be is sort of maybe the leader to sort of be able to do that. I think we've shown, and I think as Kieran talked about, it's been the consistency from this Arsenal squad that I think's been a lot of why we've respected this team now up into this point. Because, yeah, I mean, like you said, you correctly note, a lot of the conversation around was, at least on my end, was, well, then they got to do it. If I got to hear about how consistent they are week in, week out, if I got to hear about how the way that the squad's built, their defensive style of play, because I think naturally that just maybe in a lot of people's minds, not as entertaining of a style of play, you have to rely on the results then. And they very much were a results-based football club throughout this year, at least in terms of how you're going to grade it. And now we're in a position where they have the results. So now obviously you can kind of grade the season. And it's been a huge success for him. I think it kind of emboldens a lot of the good for him, which is very easy to say, I think, with that. But I think you're just impressed to be able to handle the weather, the storm. Sorry, that's the correct way of phrasing it for this season, because they've had their ups and downs. I think you've been proven that any league title over just the amount of games you play is going to be tough, and they've held that consistency. And yeah, if you're looking for consistency now over these next 4 years in a pepless sort of Premier League, I think that how does your mind not go to Arsenal at least in the next year or two? A lot of these other big six teams are shrouded in sort of a cloud of mystery right now in terms of whether it be their offense, their attack players, manager, whatever you might want to say for either team. Relegation battles for obviously some of the top six, which we'll go into, I'm sure, later in this episode. Yeah, like they're kind of now posed to, I also think, close out this decade and maybe then have some conversations about Man City versus Arsenal. You know what I mean? I know that's maybe a big 180 from sort of where I was with this team earlier, but especially if they win a couple more to close out this decade, especially in that world. Now, you're obviously going to hear that, oh, well, they did it without Pep. They did it, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, if you're winning, you can only win the league that's placed in front of you. So I don't think really Pep being gone is something that I can kind of wage against them in any way, shape, or form. But impressed overall. Again, I think Arteta has rightfully so taken off a lot of the slander that I think he's gotten throughout this year and in recent years. And I think he's, again, setting himself to be pretty successful come at least, I'd say, up into the 2030s.
No, definitely agreed. It's going to be very interesting to see how I think Arsenal will like get into the next few seasons now with this mentality. Because I did bring up the fact a few weeks ago is that if they do win these titles, if they go out and are able to establish themselves as like, okay, we've won the league, the pressure's gone. Let's build on from this. Let's go on and get a second, a third, a fourth. Like I don't think they're gonna go for 4 or 5 titles. I just don't believe they have the depth nor the quality to do that just yet. But I think now what we've seen this season is they definitely have the mentality now. I mean, I think the most infamous image for me that I always look back to now will be that Declan Rice clip where after the Man City loss, we kind of clowned him. I was like, what do you mean? Like, it's not done? Like, it's done. Like, dude, like, no, your team just lost one of the most important games. Like, what do you mean it's done? Like, man, it's all in Man City's hands now. But he was right. He was absolutely, it was not done yet. They had to play their games. They had to win their games. And they got through. They got through and they got the results that they needed to. I know they're not pretty wins, but like I also said about Madrid when they won their title back in, I believe, 2019, 2020, during the COVID season, I was like, it doesn't matter how you get you just got to win, man. Even if you don't have the quality in attack, if you just have one bad striker right in there or like one bad, you know what, up top with Benzema and he has scrubs around him, no offense to them at that time, just get a result. Just pick up something, get the goal, and then close shop, and then just call it a day, you know. And that's what Arsenal done, and that's what I give them credit to. And that's the experience that they're going to need for the next 3 to 4 years, especially now that there's no Pep. So that also is out the table as well. They don't have to be worried about that's not the same Man City team. There's no Pep behind the realm to give them that mentality boost, that tactical boost, that yeah, just that boost in general. So they're in a good spot for the next 2 to 3 years now. They have a young squad as well, not a super young squad, but they do have a relatively average average age type of squad because they're all like hitting their 25, 26. So it's pretty much a young team, I would say, honestly. So they're in great shape. And then obviously for the other teams as well with Arsenal, I mean, with Man United, Liverpool might bounce back. And then you have Chelsea in there as too, which we'll get onto later on today with the other Premier League teams. But no, congrats to Arsenal. I think they fully deserved it. And we'll wait to see. I don't know. I'm not excited to hear those Ballon d'Or talks, that's for sure, especially if England make it far. But we're already hearing them. I know some ironic ones, some real ones.
It's another one too, though. Can we just can more people wait for those until like after the World Cups happened? Like I hate like the whole Ballon d'Or conversation that evolves around the start of the season because like
Definitely.
yes, it's important, like Champions League final, this end of the season, that's obviously going to be like taken into account. But like, we all know what's going to be weighted the heaviest. We all know if certain people shine the brightest come June and July. Like that's going to change so many conversations.
I learned it the hard way. I learned that the hard way when I literally said, "Oh, Vinny's winning the Ballon d'Or," and that was before like the Copa America and the Euros. And then I learned that the hard way where it just got absolutely killed. So I completely agree with you. Anytime I think in football now, if there's an international tournament and you're praising for a player to get that title, that individual award, just mainly the Ballon d'Or, just wait until the World Cup because.
Yeah, I was gonna say like an example would be, I guess for United would be David Beckham. In 1999, we won the treble, and I think Beckham had the most assists in I think England and Europe, but he didn't win the Ballon d'Or. So like with Declan Rice, for example, he could win the Prem and Champions League, but it still might not be enough if he doesn't get the World Cup. So just remember before you go over the top of these celebrations that we've had people win literally the treble and not get a Ballon d'Or.
And then, like, how do you
Yeah.
gauge, like, France? Like, you know what I mean? You have so many different players on that team you could throw into if they win a World Cup. And then also, like, how they do at a World Cup. I mean, I'll just use Elise, I think, and Dembele would be kind of the two, especially because Dembele can still win a Champions League. You win a Champions League, but maybe you're the third or fourth best player on this France team. You know what I mean? There's Elise and there's maybe a few other attackers that have played better than you. Like, how are you gauging that? Are you gauging it just because he was a part of a team that won a World Cup, they went and had a good run and maybe contributed? Or are you gauging the individual tournament success? On top of that, is it then where you go to the league over that? How do you value like league and team accomplishments over international accomplishments versus international statistics versus accomplishment? It's a weird conversation. Again, very glad I don't have to be a part of the voting on it. It's easy to just take a step back and poke at it from afar, but it's just weird. And I feel like decisions you never know.
Oh yeah, Archer, I know you're gonna say something, but you want to go?
No, I had nothing to say.
Oh
you
no,
can
I was
continue.
just going to mention the fact that I think to close this off here before we talk about the other champions that have won the leagues, and then obviously today with Aston Villa, I think we're going to go into another close Ballon d'Or race. I know that's kind of cliche to say because like I know we got the World Cup, but it's kind of good that for the sport, I guess. I don't know if it's a good or in a bad way. I like to know people's opinions on this. I guess we'll ask in our TikToks and stuff, but I think we're in another. These last 2 years have been good in the sense that we're having close races and that we don't know who's guaranteed to win it because we've had international tournaments. I know we had last year. It was the Nations League, so a lot of Portuguese and Spanish players are winning it and all these type of things. So that also put into the conversation. So we're in for another one because I cannot tell you who can win it. Like I seriously don't know. The only thing would be World Cup at this point. Like if Olisa has a crazy tournament, then I think he has an absolute strong case to win it. If Kane goes ballistic in the World Cup and wins it for England, he can go and far. You know, I don't think any Madrid players make it. Maybe besides maybe Kylian Mbappe, but again, he would have to have another crazy World Cup tournament. But again, how will the voters shift with everything that happened in Madrid? Then for Dembele, I mean, there'll be a lot of arguments like maybe he isn't, and I don't think he'll be France's best player coming this World Cup. So who knows? Will Declan Rice be even involved? Because let's say PSG win the UCL. So it's like there's a lot of things that literally any scenario can happen, and I still don't know what the voters are going to go for because it's so complicated. We don't know what people are thinking. Unless PR from Fabrizio Romano comes in to the fully max for a specific player, which could be a Lamine or any Barca player or any Mansa, whatever it may be, I really don't know who's in the Ballon d'Or race. I could not tell you, especially with the Prem now. It's like I really couldn't tell you.
Also, just remember, like Messi won it, scoring what 5 or 6 goals in the World Cup while being in Inter Miami. Where
And he
I
could probably
thought
win it
Erling
too.
Haaland, yeah, where I thought Erling Haaland was like the clear winner because that man won the treble that year. So I'm just saying, like
I mean,
you guys
even
have said, yeah. Go ahead, Kieran.
I was kind of like even Jorginho finished third because he won the
Yeah.
Euros with Italy. So like
Yeah, or like
anyone can be
Yeah.
up there, you know.
I
like
think
Luka
I-
Modric in 2018 over Ronaldo. So
yeah, like
it's-
I could not tell you who's gonna win it and who. I don't even want to know who's gonna be in the top 5 because I can already see like some crazy names in there. Who knows? Maybe a defender might win it. Who knows? Maybe Saliba goes bananas and doesn't get dribble pass for like the whole tournament, and they were like Saliba but Saliba for Ballon d'Or, like Van Dijk back in. But I don't know.
Like, I do think,
cannot-
hypothetically speaking, it's like if you had like a Brazil or Argentina or like a Brazil, I guess, win it, then like what are you thinking? Gabriel Magalhaes should win it? Like how?
No, I'll go for
Hey, you get what
Neymar.
I'm-
Shout out to Neymar though. It'll go for Neymar definitely.
Oh.
If Neymar goes crazy this World Cup, he goes like on a full Messi run. Look, I'm only a little bit off topic, but
He's not doing that.
We said the same thing about Messi. We said the same thing about Lionel Messi. And they
All
Neymar
I'm
does not have
saying
Messi
is-
PR level. I'm not. I can't.
all
bro.
I'm saying is, we'll close it off here. All I'm saying is, since the Ballon d'Or, I don't know who's gonna win this damn thing. All I'm saying is, with what we saw with Neymar calling up, and I'm happy that he got called up. It's good for football, whatever it may be, blah blah blah. But let's be completely honest here. If we're talking from a statistical standpoint, an age standpoint, and just a talent standpoint for what he's done throughout the whole season, he did not deserve to go there. But we'll let it slide because it's Neymar. Like we'll let it slide just because it's Neymar. It's fucking Neymar. Who does not want the money, the fame, the pressure that did you see the pressure that the Brazilian press and all the fans like literally after the Brazil versus France game? You saw how many people were saying Neymar should go to the World Cup just for that sake. Like Who can tell me Neymar goes crazy this whole World Cup, scores like 5 to 6 goals, carries that Brazil team over Vinicius, over Rafinha, over whoever else is in there, has a crazy tournament, 5 to 6 goals, 2 assists, the golden ball. Who says he doesn't win the Ballon d'Or and goes off with the high? That's my crazy
his
prediction.
ankles.
Isn't that part of the problem though with Brazil? Is they're picking names over people who deserve it? Like João Pedro got 20 plus goals and he's not.
I don't think that's
Like,
gonna happen. I don't think that, but I'm just saying if that does happen, who knows, bro? I think Neymar is definitely in the. He goes from 0 to 100 real quick. Shout out to Drake. But
No, Drake shoutouts. No.
I said 0 to 100
100
because of the way Neymar's like Ballon d'Or thing. He'll go from here to here if he has a crazy. That's all I'm saying.
Nah, man.
It didn't happen with any other World Cup. Though.
Portugal to win the World Cup. Bruno Fernandes for Ballon d'Or.
Or that too. That's all I'm saying.
Especially if he breaks the record.
That's what I'm saying. This World Cup, we do not know who's gonna win it. That whoever has a crazy. That's why I'm hyped for this World Cup, for the sense that there will be players that will turn up. Elise's, your Brunos, your Ronaldos, your Messi's, your Neymars, your Lamine Yamal's, your Pedri's, your Declan Rice's, your Harry. Everyone's gonna turn up. Besides any Madrid player, I remove any Madrid player just for the bad stick that they've been having this whole year. If you're not a Madrid player, besides maybe Mbappe, and you have a great World Cup, you could win the Ballon d'Or. That's all I'm saying.
For World Cup, all I'm gonna say is all y'all better quit your jobs for a month and just lock yourself in with TV and just watch all the games. Just 1 month.
This 1 month, I know,
because it's gonna be drama. All right, go ahead.
But who's always locked in his room editing and all this stuff is our guy at Robin Stone. Shout out to you, Robin Stone Pictures, as always. Much love to you, man. Please go follow the guy. Absolute goated. Congratulations on graduating, King. We praise you. Congratulations, as always. And all our graduates out there as well. Congratulations. Well deserved on the hard work that you guys have been putting in. But you know who else has been putting in the good hard work? Aston Villa, man. Aston Villa. Besides Arsenal breaking their 22 years curse of not winning the Premier League, Aston Villa, I believe, after 30 years, if I'm not mistaken, have finally won the trophy.
42, I think.
42.
Yeah. Well, 42 for Euro, 30 for
40
trophies.
For Euro, but 30 for
wow.
trophies, which is still insane. Shout out to my good guy, Luis Miguel Echegaray. I think he works for CBS. I don't know if he'll turn into this, but I'll probably give him a clip. Big Aston Villa fan. I've been following for the last few years. One of the biggest Aston Villa fans I've seen out there. So happy to see Villa go out and win. Not a Villa fan in my opinion, but like me, I'm not a Villa fan. But good for them. Good for the fan base.
You're a Crystal Palace fan, Jeff.
That's right. I'm excited for their final. I'm excited for their final.
Which I don't understand why that is like a whole week later. Like that should be happening today, and then
because it matters. It's that trophy's bigger. That's why. And the bigger team.
I guess.
The Palace. But no, shout out to Aston Villa. Great season overall. I know they had a rough patch here and there. I don't remember which was it earlier in the season or was it midway in? Because I know midway in they had a crazy run of form, if I'm not mistaken. Correct?
Yeah, they won like 11 straight games, dude. Morgan Rogers was like on this crazy form. I mean, still kind of is. Like it did kind of chill out, but like Aston Villa, bro. I thought they were gonna be like second or third place for sure at one point.
Yeah,
I think what's even more impressive is that, like you said, they won, I think, the first 5 games without scoring a single goal. It looked really, really bad.
Yeah, dude, I remember.
And then they didn't sign anybody besides like Sancho on a loan, Lindelof on a free. Like the squad did not get better compared to last year, yet they still won a European trophy. That's insane. I know like Arsenal, good squad, but they have spent money, right? Whereas like Aston Villa, they didn't really improve that team, and Emery could still win a Europa League. I think that's another layer of kind of impressive to it.
Yeah,
we all say good evening.
Good evening, the goat of your Europa League. He's officially the king. There's levels to this shit. I mean, what a guy. I mean, how many European trophies is that? How many Europa Leagues is that? Can someone fact check that? 5?
5.
For Unai Emery?
Yeah.
Yeah, he won 3 with Sevilla, 1 with Villarreal, and then 1 today with Aston Villa.
Bro, what the hell, bro? We even gave him that Villarreal one.
There's got to be like the Unai Emery award, MVP award or something. Like some award has to be named after this guy. I mean, he's just undeniable. What's that, Isaac? I'm gonna try to put you up right here.
Is that the Villarreal?
It might be Villarreal. Yeah, I think I have this one on standby.
It's like
So,
Pau Torres in the background, maybe.
Shout out to Pau Torres, man. That's a crazy name right there. I love Pau Torres.
I mean, he's got to be considered for Manager of the Year. I forgot the specific title of the award, but it's going to be another one where it's going to go to probably Arteta or probably whoever wins the World Cup or whatever. But like, if you again taking into account sort of the money spent into this team, not making any transfers at the beginning of the season, sort of the ups and downs, and now winning a European trophy, depending on where they get like end their Premier League season at, like that's you have to be considered. You have to be top 5.
Oh, most certainly. Oh, most certainly. With the squad that he has, most certainly with the amount of trophies he's won now with that team, with what he's done, who he brings up every season, like it just feels like with Unai Emery, it's undeniable that you're gonna go far. He's how can I say this about him? Like I don't think he's like because we saw what he did at PSG. There was issues right there with he was at PSG. Like I think he could have done more when he had what was it, the Neymar, Mbappe. I mean, it was a tough team to manage. Neymar, Mbappe, Cavani. I mean, that's so many egos in there. I mean, now that we know the sport. But I just feel like with lower level, what is the term for it? It's like his floor raising, I think, is at the all-time max, or is it the ceiling? Like, you know what I mean with those two comparisons when we're talking about
mid-level
specific
clubs.
players? Yeah, like he's just. I mean, I guess you can say he's just a mid-level club.
He's resourceful.
Manager.
He gets the most out of his players.
Yeah, like he just gets the most out of his players, and you just got to give credit to him for that. He's the GOAT at that. You can't if you're a mid-table team, like, got to pay the big bucks for him. Like you're guaranteed to get something. He's gonna get something out of your players. I mean, he's just the GOAT, man. Like I seriously mean it, man. The GOAT. 5. He's about to get 6 like Michael Jordan, bro. 6. You can get the 6th
Think he's
one.
going to win this Champions League next year?
Hell no. He'll never win the Champions League.
He'll
He'll probably just be like, hell no. He'll never win the Champions League. He'll always go for that Europa League. If he wins the Champions League, then Jesus Christ, man. Be crazy. But no, shout out to Aston Villa, man. Congratulations to them. Also to the other league leaders as well. I know Barca won the league last weekend as well or 2 weekends ago against Real Madrid. Painful El Clasico loss, but kind of predicted as we kind of knew with the amount of points that Real Madrid dropped.
You know who scored that game-winning, that league-winning goal?
Oh yeah. Get your glaze from Mark.
And you know who still doesn't want to pay that $30 million? Fraudulent, broke-ass club, bro. Get the hell out of here.
I mean, they don't want. I mean, I was kind of disappointed with the end to the year for him. I did kind of expect a little bit more from him, especially in the Champions League in that Atletico Madrid tie. But
yeah, bro,
I mean, maybe
like, you can't have 11 players on the field. Like, what more can you do? Like,
no, but he could have been more clinical. That's for sure. That's the one thing that I give.
Bro, he was. It's just Lamine was offside when he was clinical. Lamine's foot was offside.
That's the problem with Marcus Rashford. It is what it is. Maybe that's why. But I think they are going to look after other targets that isn't Marcus Rashford, because as we do know, Marcus is, getting on that older side of the sport.
Brother, he's 28.
Yeah, but then he's going to hit 30, 31, 32, so it's like, and I just don't see.
Well, it's not like NBA or MLB where you get like 5-10 year contracts. It's just like 2-3 years. Like, just pay the money and like, he's yours.
They don't want to pay. They want to. Like you said, they're broke.
Because they broke. God damn, they're broke.
But like, they don't want to. They probably want to get another player. It's better.
But they ain't even broke. They're probably worth like billions. And all right, whatever. We're getting off topic.
Yeah, that's right. You're Marcus Rashford. Please get out of here, bro.
Man, get your ass. But we like Marcus Rashford.
He scored that free kick. Of course, he scored that free kick as well. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Nonetheless.
Oh my god. Oh my god, guys.
Yo,
what's up, guys? We did it. We did it, boys. 22 years,
dude.
Oh my god.
Yo. Oh, bro. Damn, bro. I didn't know you were actually gonna end up joining, or else we would have waited for that Arsenal segment.
I had to. I did. I completely missed your text, dude. I feel so bad.
No, you're good. Real quick, because we have to do a quick one today, boys. Jude, just real quick, what are your overall feelings, man? And then just give us an analysis as well with the fans. I didn't mention this when we were talking about Arsenal real quick, because we did give them praise, obviously, to Arteta and the whole team. But dude, did you see the celebrations out there? Dude, they've been up there since 4 in the fucking morning, which is insane.
Yo, Declan Rice went to meet some of the fans at 5 a.m.
Gabriel, I think, was still out there, and Eze.
Eze was out there. Saka. I mean, how are you feeling, dude? Are you gonna fly to England?
Miguel was hitting those moves in the club, bro.
Wait, who? Wait, who?
Arteta. He was hitting the moves in the club.
Is there clips of that?
Is there clips?
Dude, I remember seeing one.
Or was that
I know
AI?
there were like pics that I saw. Oh, maybe it was AI.
Maybe it
Maybe
was
it
AI.
was.
So you may never know with AI.
If it was, that'd be so
But
funny.
dude, how you feeling, man? Give us your quick thoughts, man.
Pure joy. I think that's the only thing I can say. I'm ecstatic. I mean, again, I've been like,
He's lagging out, man. The party's
Oh,
starting.
yeah, my
dude.
connection's terrible. But are we all good or is it just me?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
we
good.
good.
You're good, man.
Alright.
You're good.
But what is it? Like I started watching Arsenal back in I think it was the 14-15 season. So that was kind of like the start, really kind of this like that was like when that was the beginning of the end for Wenger, getting him out, and the Wenger out, stuff like that. Emery, that phase 10-2 against Bayern, 8-2 against Chelsea, like having those score lines, like seeing that was just it was gross. It was like, and that's the stuff I kind of went through. So I've never like really experienced an Arsenal team like this. And so seeing a team like this, again, almost bottle it. I would be honest, I was terrified for the past like 2 weeks. Like, what are we doing, guys? Like, come on. We had that win against Burnley. Should have been more, but again, a win is a win. I mean, but when I saw actually the way I found out, my friend Matt, you guys might Isaac, you may know him, Matt Rowe.
Oh, okay, yes, yeah.
He texted me. He was like, "Congratulations." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Arsenal won the Prem." I'm like, "Wait, what?" So I had to I missed the one football notification that Arsenal won the Prem. I'm like, "Yo, wait." So I start losing it. I'm like, "What is happening? Wait, there's no way."
Where the hell were you? Were you at like work or something, or were you at home?
I think I just got back from work. I think.
Oh my god!
Either just got back from work. No, it was no. I didn't work. I was like, I just got back from doing something with one of my friends, or like, it was the middle of the day. I was doing something. I don't really recall, but I get the text. I was just chilling at home. I missed the notification. My friend Matt texted me. I'm like, "Yo, what?" So I start losing it.
Yeah. How did you celebrate, if at all? Like, did you?
I was just honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really celebrate. I was just in shock. I'm like, "There's no way. Wait. We have at least one more game. There's no way City tied. Look at the scores. I'm like, what?" Like, I was just so like shocked. You know what I mean? Because when so much.
Man, you guys own Bournemouth and Everton fans won, bro. I swear to God, man. Like if Everton gets another like 10 points knocked off next year, you better like lose both your games to them. Yo, Jeff, you muted, bro. You muted.
I just knew with this guy, right? Thank you, Richard. Shout out to you, man. I just knew.
Bro, I know everybody's gonna clown him, but like this man saw his team win a treble and like basically everything there's to win.
Bro,
so, like you
he's
can't
gonna
really
get
clown
beat
him
up.
that much, bro.
You know who's the other loser too? Especially if they get relegated this coming weekend, West Ham, bro. I'm
West
telling
Ham.
you, that one tweet. You know that tweet?
I was about to say
dude?
Tottenham, but like,
Oh my god, what
yeah,
a week!
no.
It's a win-win for you, dude. Because if either one of those teams get relegated, you can make fun of the dude who made that one tweet about how like this will be like Jude's not Jude. This will be Rice's last trophy as a player ever, and that's him lifting the Conference League with West Ham. Yeah. If they get relegated, dude, you can make fun of that one guy. But if Tottenham get relegated, oh my god, what a season for you guys, bro! You win the league after 22, and then you see Tottenham get relegated. Dude, you just kick your feet and get your popcorn this weekend, man. Because either way, you're celebrating this coming week.
Yeah, either doesn't matter.
But
now we have the Champions League.
Yeah, and we'll give our predictions for the Champions League when it comes up soon. But real quick before we close off this segment right here with Arsenal, because I know we're running out of time here. Dude, if Arsenal win the Champions League, right? Because I heard the rumor that Arsenal are going to do the parade right after the final, which I get after the UCL final or some. Do you know when this is going to be?
No, I have no idea. They're already getting.
I heard. I could be proven wrong here. I heard that they will probably do it right after the final, which would be like around June something.
It's
so
30th.
Dude, please tell me you're gonna fly out to England and go to that parade. Are you going?
I wish
or
I had
no?
the money. If I did, I'd go.
How much you need, bro?
What?
Send you out on an out on loan podcast assignment and just record fan
Thousands.
content.
Yeah, bro,
Thousands,
just bro, just get the visa and like we'll cover you partially, maybe.
Maybe
we
yeah,
don't make any
we'll
money.
cover half. I'll put 100 in there. How about that?
See,
All
I'm
you gotta
really
do is
worried
just,
about
like-
the Champions League final. I'm actually worried about that. I don't. It's gonna be a close game. I think.
Yeah.
I think so
But-
too.
Dude,
You should
I'm
get a
disappointed,
camera
man.
and
You
the
should have brought.
film, bro.
Dude, I thought you were gonna bring the water bottle and tape like. I hope one of the Arsenal fans is right, bro. They need to bring out the water bottle and put the Man City because they completely bottled.
I'm
it.
not
I mean,
okay. I'm obnoxious, but I don't think I'm that obnoxious.
Dude,
Dude,
honestly, man, that's
no,
what we love
okay,
you, bro.
this Arsenal fans already saying that like, oh, Saka's better than Messi's. This Arsenal team is one of the best teams of all time. Like, guys,
Look,
shut
yo.
up, dude. You're making me
Yo.
look bad. Stop doing
No,
that.
you're the good. Hey, you know what they
Nah,
say,
you're
bro?
the good
You're
one,
one of
bro.
the good ones.
We love you, man.
You're one of
We
the
love
good
you.
ones,
but
Well,
what I'm gonna
hey,
say is like
for the
just,
other panel
just
hosts-
block out socials. Just block out socials because the noise pollution is too much. Until
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to block him out. Like, as an Arsenal, I'm gonna have to block it out. I don't want to. This is embarrassing. Some of the shit they're saying.
For the other panel hosts here, what has been your? Have you seen like one it off here? What has been your most obnoxious like quote or like? Because you've been on Twitter, hopefully, like, or actually not hopefully, but any like obnoxious tweets or comments that you've seen about them winning. Like, my favorite one has been, all right, guys, it's time to put Saka in the Ronaldo and Messi one in the Ronaldo and Messi conversation. But it wasn't ironic. Like I can tell it was ironic. Like it's time to put him in there. That one had me laughing for like a good minute because I'm like, you know what y'all are doing.
I feel like some of them are just doing it because they're gonna get the reaction. I mean,
Yeah, I know. Some of them
Yeah.
are doing it for the rap. Any? Have you seen any funny ones or any funny memes that you're like, dude, that one's so weird?
No, I'd like to say jokingly I do a pretty good job at avoiding the bad sports news I want sometimes on my feed. I think I had seen too much from the Arsenal fans ahead of it. I kind of like already made up in my mind. I feel like the like insane fan reactions for like if they had won, they ended up winning, obviously. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just like in the full fair credit. I think they can say whatever they want. They can make fun of. Because I also think it's one where like you saw City's fans do that every single time they won a league. You've seen United fans do the same. We've kind of seen every fandom do the same. I know I've seen Bayern fans make fun of Dortmund fans. I know especially with like when they choked the league a few years ago that like this is your time. There is a bit where like you get this grace period where like no, you say whatever you want. You're the champions. I cannot argue with you. Like I think anything is well earned by Arsenal and Arsenal fans.
Yeah, most definitely. But
thanks for that.
we're gonna close it up
Also,
real
I
quick
just
here.
want to. Well, sorry,
go
for
ahead, go ahead.
socials real quick. I just wanted to quickly add I haven't seen like the crazy posts either because like I've just been like avoiding them, whatever. But I have been seeing like YouTubers or like celebrities or whatever that like follow Arsenal, and it's just like it's just like posts of them in the early mid 2000s with an Arsenal jersey, just being like, "Man, we've come such a long way. Like we finally did it. This and that." I was like, "Wow, dude, that is crazy to think that if we also continue this for another 5-10 years, that could be us too." So I hope that's not a reality because that was just, I don't know, like it's supposed to be emotional and sentimental, but dude, I just found those so hilarious, dude. Like
Hey,
I don't know if
bro.
you guys know Chunks from Beta Squad, bro. I saw
I know
his
Chunks.
post, bro. I was like, my goodness, bro, that is hilarious.
Hey, bro, who told? Hey, I know it's NBA's conference finals is going on right now, but dude, what the hell is up with Joel Embiid being a gooner? Like, what the hell is that about, man?
Wait, what you mean?
Yeah, he's a
So
gooner,
many
bro.
bandwagons. And, like I
Oh,
can't
for
even.
real?
I hate
Like
this
he was a
so
Madridista like 3 years ago, and now he's telling me
I thought he
this
was
is
a
what
Uni-
we've been waiting
I
for.
swear he was a United fan back in the day because he was friends with
He
Pogba.
just
I
tweeted
remember
out
that.
like 2 days. He posted out yesterday. This is what we waited for. 30 minutes. Come on, yeah, let's go Arsenal or something like that. Like switch it up right now. It's ridiculous. I was like,
I
if
mean,
you couldn't make yourself even more hated than what you are, come on, bro.
Yo,
Why?
are we
Why are you an
surprised
Arsenal
bro ditched Cameroon for France for now United States? Like it's kind of in him, you know?
That's insane.
It's in him.
No, one of my friends from high school, like he made a post. He was wearing an Arsenal jersey. I'm like, this is the biggest bandwagon I think I've ever seen. And I'm like, dude, I was like so close to him. I was like, bro, you have not witnessed what I have been through. You have not experienced what I have experienced. You do not get to wear that kit right now. Please.
All right. I'm gonna shift gears here real quick.
let's
But
do it.
please subscribe and follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Shout out to our listeners and fans out there. I know we haven't been getting much content out there as of late with the season already kind of edging down and closing down, but I know we got World Cup coming up, so we're getting really prepared for that as we got some exciting content coming up for that time of the year as well. But we kind of mentioned it earlier with Tottenham and West Ham, the relegation battle here and there. We do have some big matchups for this coming weekend, as it's not only for La Liga. I know I don't talk much about La Liga here because the race is over, but I heard that the relegation title, the relegation title, the relegation race for some of those teams are in the books with, I believe, Mallorca, one of the teams that I especially despise. They're in the relegation battle right now, so I'm praying to the Lord that devilish team gets down to the second division because God, would that help us a lot if we try to go and compete for a league title next year, especially with the next manager that we're going to have coming in next season. But also in the Premier League, I was just looking through it. I was just curious to see what was going on in that Premier League race, and there's still so many, even for United. I know we'll start with United as always. I know Bruno. I know United already qualified for Champions League, but Bruno is still in the race to break the record. I believe he's going. The United are going up against, I believe,
Brighton away.
Brighton away, which has been Brighton away. Like near the
it's
end of the
challenging.
seasons is just a challenging one.
It's a terrifying place to go.
It's a terrifying one for
I
Arsenal.
have
For Man
PTSD
City.
from
And
that.
I think Brighton is still like playing for Europe, right? Trying to get a
Yes,
European
if I'm
spot.
not mistaken.
Oh,
If anybody
Lord.
can check for me, are they competing? I believe they're trying to get into the just Europe in general. Correct, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's probably Conference League. I'll look. I think it's Conference League or Europa League.
yeah. If anybody
Yeah.
can try to pull it up real quick.
Yeah, so
Right now they're in the
Brighton
Europa League
currently
spot.
they're
Okay.
seventh.
Actually, let me
And
do this.
that is technically Europa, but if Crystal Palace wins, I think that knocks them down to Conference League.
Yeah, I'll pull up
Like
the
if
table.
I would
Palace
like
wins
I
the
would like to see
Conference.
Brighton in Europe. That'd be sick.
Yeah, at least Europa, not like friggin' whatchamacallit.
I think that's
like,
a team.
not
Honestly,
conference.
like that's a team I feel like deserves to be in Europe. Honestly, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, so it looks like right here. So United, I know they are playing, but it's mainly for Bruno. We're looking at him to get the assist. So they could afford to lose and just try to just get Bruno the goal and the assist and the goal, because we really want to see Bruno break that record.
That should have happened against that Nottingham game, bro.
Oh my
goodness.
god! I was
Yeah.
so
Brother,
pissed at that
Brother,
game.
I woke up
Oh
at
my
4:30 for that.
God.
Like, I was actually up at 4:30.
That's
I didn't even
wait,
go to sleep.
any
Yes,
coffee?
I didn't even go to sleep.
Like Diogo
Wow.
Dallo could have gotten him the assist record if he didn't hit the post
Dallo,
out of all
Amad
people.
Diallo,
Diogo
Bruno,
Dallo.
yeah, sorry, not Bruno. Brian Mbumo's right foot 3 times. Josh Zirkzee, my days, bro. What is that? I've never seen a slower player than Zirkzee, bro. Like, I love that guy, but like, bro, have
Bayern
some
Academy right
pace,
there.
brother. You're a striker. God, great.
Yeah, that's a Bayern product right there. I think he came out of the Bayern product.
He did, and was in that 2020 Champions League squad. As crazy as that sounds.
Crazy. That is insane.
Champions League
But
winners, Joshua Xerxes for you.
Mhm.
that is damn.
Hey, Champions League winner, what is it? Ordiozola winner for you?
Yes.
Was it a year old
No,
fullback?
he won the treble and he won the league title. Remember
Yeah.
that too, because he got loaned out to Madrid halfway into that season. Remember?
He got
Damn,
loaned
so
from
you're telling
Madrid
me-
out to us.
Yeah, right, the other way. But yeah,
Wait,
Didn't
he-
so-
Coutinho win the league with you guys too? Wasn't he part of that Bayern team?
I think so, yeah. Coutinho,
Yeah.
yeah, he was on that.
Oh yeah, bro. You're telling me that
He's a
Xerxes
rat.
kid got more trophies than Arsenal in a year, bro? No, I'm kidding, bro. I'm kidding, Jude.
yeah.
I don't think
But,
Jude heard
yeah.
me, so that's good.
But yeah, Brighton will be in the race right there. I guess the last thing, United boys, real quick. Do you think it's gonna happen? Are you guys confident it's gonna happen or no? Are you like?
I'm not gonna give an
so.
opinion because I'm not gonna give an opinion
you're
because I
always
don't
not-
want
yeah,
anything to happen. So I'm gonna just let it. Whatever happens, happens.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think it should just happen naturally. But I watched that Force game. I think it's getting to Bruno a bit. You can see it in his head. I think he's overthinking a bit. He's kind of forcing some passes when they're not there. But we have literally nothing to play for. We're already third.
Yes.
We're gonna finish third.
Right.
We could. I would love to throw that game and just get Bruno the assist. Like,
Oh,
I'm okay
completely.
with that.
I think
Just-
I think everyone in United, I think the whole United atmosphere, the players, the coach, even, it's just like, dude, who gives a who gives a fuck? Just maintain
Bro, it
possession.
should
Bruno,
literally. It should
everyone run, get inside
exactly.
the box,
That's what I'm saying. The
crash.
formation.
Who
should be
cares if we
110.
lose
He's
five?
one goal away, right? Yes,
He just
one more.
don't put no academy
Like-
kid. Now there might be some
Like-
players that are trying to get ready for World Cup, like your Dallots, like your I think Xerxes gonna try to get into the World Cup as well. I know Bruno is probably just trying to stay safe.
You think Xerxes is going to play for the Netherlands, Jeff?
The Dutch.
Hey, bro,
think
who
Xerxes
knows,
is
bro?
gonna
He
play?
might be trying to get called.
Hey, bro,
You think
shout out
Xerxes
to
is gonna
Simmons
be
Cunha,
in the
Cunha
Netherlands
as well. Cunha,
They
you
call
got
him as a reserve.
Cunha.
I mean,
You got to protect all those. They probably
I
want to
mean,
get
bro,
in there.
Cunha's already in the squad, bro. He chilling. He
No,
could,
I'm
like
just
wrap
saying.
his
No,
legs
for
up.
the sake of just being healthy. That's what I'm saying. Not to like try to get called up
I
because I know
mean,
half of the team, but like just
I
to be
guess.
healthy.
It's Bruno, though. They love Bruno too much, though. They
I know.
love
That's what I'm
Bruno.
saying. That's my only fear is Bruno overthinks it. Brighton is gonna try hard so much that they're not even gonna give United chances to sniff the ball, and the players will just be like, "Dude, I'm trying to stay safe for World Cup as well. I can't do this." You know what I'm
Bro,
saying? But
Ju-
I hope to God, Bruno. I'm gonna watch that game for the sole. I need to see Bruno just spam everything, just cross it, through balls, Trivellas. Just, who cares, bro? You might lose 7-0 to Brighton away, but if it's just one goal, Bruno breaking the record, I think every United fan will probably throw a party as big as the Arsenal parade out like they did last
I
time.
remember
Bro.
we lost to Fulham back in 2014, and United like had 81 attempted crosses in that game. I could see Bruno doing the same thing. Like he just crosses every
You
single
think they'll
time.
break the record for like the most passes attempted? I think Bruno will
I
probably
think he
break the
could.
record. Oh
I
my,
think
we're
he
gonna look
could,
at those
yeah.
stats.
Bro,
Created,
Send
crosses.
elements up front too.
Years,
Screw it.
years.
110 formation. 110 formation. Send elements up in the strikers, bro. Send him in the box, bro. Tell him to
Do
press
that.
the
I'm
box.
telling you. Look at
For
this.
like
Look at the
FIFA
ball.
reference, when you could like manually adjust positions on FIFA and like
Yup.
create your own special formations, you do that where it's just like the 10 people up front and one Bruno at center back, and just
yeah, but you have
throwing
like
bombs and stuff out.
player roles too.
Yes.
They do. Like,
Oh my god.
you're pressing the
Shout out to
tactics,
that
like
FIFA
full
ref.
press, like play defense.
Oh,
Bro, that
man.
FIFA Redmond's good, man. That's good. I used to do that for like rewards to like break a challenge back in like 18, 19, bro.
Oh my
would do
move!
that.
What a callback!
Dude, shout out. That's a good reference, bro. They're definitely gonna do that to Bruno, bro.
My
But
honestly,
I'm hoping he breaks it, man. I hope they do, man. He deserves it. I wish if he does break it, who cares if he does or he doesn't? His legacy for in the Premier League in general is just already at an all-time high. Just look at all the advanced stats that you can bring up and all that stuff. But the other teams, I mean, I have the games right here that are probably the most important. I think Bournemouth as well. The race for Europe, I believe it's Bournemouth as well. They're trying to, well, I think they're trying to get into Champions League spot, if I'm not mistaken, if Liverpool do drop points. So Liverpool have to be careful for the last game as well. I want to check real quick who
I
they
mean,
play.
bro, they need to win by 6 goals. Bournemouth.
Hey, who knows, man? Who knows?
Hey, actually, no. With
Wait,
today
wait,
with the
two?
Europa League, since Aston Villa won the Europa League, and if they finish in the top 5, I think 6 becomes a Champions League spot as well.
Oh, for
So
real?
Bournemouth
for
could
real?
get it. Yeah, I think
Oh, okay,
so.
so
Oh, I thought it doesn't matter.
No, because
Okay,
if
maybe-
Aston Villa finished in the top 5, but they won the Europa League, so it's like a double. I think they just open up another spot. I think that's what the commentator said
can
today.
double check.
one.
I
We'll
thought it was
figure
the
it out
other
for
way.
match
It's like,
day.
yeah, I thought
Yeah,
it was
we'll
the
see.
other way. It's like if Aston Villa didn't finish top 5, then like
Yeah.
obviously like the other 5 gets a chance, and obviously Aston Villa does too. I don't know.
Another
We'll
team,
see, I guess.
Sunderland. Another team I'm looking at, Sunderland as well. They're at 51 points. If you look right here, 51 points. So they could get into that 8 spot with Chelsea. But I think who do they play? Is that the game with Chelsea? No, they. Oh yeah, they play Chelsea.
They
So
do
that's
play
gonna be
Oh,
that's gonna be a big game. I think that's an away game as well for Chelsea. So
bro. Good
would
luck,
that
Chelsea
be-
scoring at Stadium of Light. Yeah, good luck, man. like they
man,
rarely let anybody score in that stadium, dude.
dude, all I'm saying is Agent 49 better have his boots ready to go because Sunderland might go into the
Tough
Champions
to
League and knock
49,
out.
bro.
Dude, wouldn't that be beautiful for you as well? Arsenal win the title. They have the little parties here and there. Who else? Spurs or
Tottenham
West Ham get relegated, and
Chelsea
then
are out of
Chelsea
Europe.
just get dropped out. Dude, if you're an Arsenal fan, you're eating good this weekend, man.
That'd be a very good day.
So look out for Chelsea, and then obviously Liverpool as well. They do want to probably get into that Champions League spot, so they don't want to slip it up as well. But
Yeah.
those are the few games I'm looking at for this weekend, man. Sunderland versus Chelsea, obviously United, and then we'll just see how Bournemouth does as well with Liverpool as well, because they're going to be battling out for those top spots as well. But I'm really excited for that Sunderland-Chelsea game because, hey, man, I'm not rooting for Chelsea. I don't like Chelsea that much. So
Yeah. And then I
and
forget
then
who
obviously,
Tottenham and West Ham play.
Tottenham and
Yeah.
West Ham, that's going to be the other one. Tottenham do go up against Everton, which I believe is at home. Hey, I'm
And
gonna bring
then-
this to Isaac a bit because we've been so critical of this Tottenham team. Unfortunately, we can't get Kobe on because he's out in Oklahoma, out on loan in Oklahoma. As always, shout out to him. As much love to him, but we're praying for him this weekend. He told me he was like, dude, like I think he said, let me try to pull up the message, but I think he said, and I quote, if I think it'll be more painful to see Tottenham get relegated than the Knicks lose out in the champion in the NBA Finals. I don't. We just got
that makes sense. That makes
Yikes.
sense.
Oh my God, what a rough weekend, man! It will be. But do you think they'll get relegated, Isaac? Boys, what's the
Yes.
panel saying? You think so? They're losing to Everton.
Tottenham's getting relegated.
I've been saying yes the whole year. I'm not gonna. I can't back off. But yes, this team
You
is
know-
boring.
See, I would love for Tottenham to get relegated, but I honestly feel bad. I feel bad for the fans.
Look,
I'm gonna be honest. That's my opinion. I feel bad. I want to see Tottenham get relegated, but they don't. I honestly,
You're playing the Elise role of being new nonchalant. No, don't do that. You're too nonchalant. You should
no,
hate
like
the
I
fans.
like I know, like, dude, like having to go through a like you're supporting a Big Six club, right? And you see a Big Six, your team, which is a Big Six club. You guys have been struggling. You want to see them, like, get back up. Them getting relegated is going to be so detrimental to that club. It's going to do. I think it's to do more damage than people think.
Oh yeah,
I
think we already
financial. They might lose investors even. Like, they're going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah, no, I think we've
they
talked
get
about this so much. Everton are coming into great form, and they're just looking into trouble. But like we didn't, I think the panel, I think Kieran and Isaac really touched on it earlier this year, was look at the other teams. Like Leicester just got relegated to, like, what is it, the third division of the English
Yeah, League
Football
One.
League when they were Premier League champions like a few years ago. The money's going to be tight. They're not going to be able to afford a lot of those stadiums. The fans is going to be so divided than ever before. I'm praying for the Zerbi because I don't know, he might leave even after one season, or I might just be like, you know what, screw this. I'm not doing this anymore.
Half that team is going to leave. I'm calling
half that team, which I wouldn't mind because I would try to target a few of their players.
But Tottenham still has Xavi Simons, right?
And they still have Xavi Simons, and he might want to leave too.
He's going to leave.
Yeah, he's probably going to leave, so that's one of the bright signings that they wanted this past summer. So
yeah,
they're in the lookout. And then for West Ham, same thing. I think West Ham are also. I know we've picked on Arsenal a lot, but West Ham, I mean, they were on great form, and then ever since then they've just been. I don't know what game was. I think it was, what was it, the Newcastle game? I believe that they lost.
I think so. Yeah.
Or the Arsenal game, really, where they lost 1-0. But that's the Premier League champions that they lost to, so it's not the worst case. And they could have gotten potentially a result too, but they're in trouble too because we know that their stadium has been a mess and a joke for many years since they got into it. Their fans are not a fan of it. They're inconsistent. Their owners are just a question mark, and they don't even have elite players that you can say to yourself, you know what? Yeah, we can survive. So and some of them might leave. Like I heard Bowen might leave. I don't know, any other players might just dip out as well because they're like, dude, I'm not going to fight for this team. Like,
it's gonna be the same thing when, like, Juventus got relegated to Serie B in 2006. Like, you saw.
But at least Juve had elite players and players like with the culture were like, you know what?
Oh yeah, they stayed because they're loyal. That's how it was. But like,
I don't know about
you saw a bunch of players leave. I mean, Cannavaro left. I mean, if he stayed at Juventus, he was not going to win that Ballon d'Or.
That's true. You're absolutely right. But they still have, like, Gigi. I think Gigi stayed.
Buffon stayed. Del Piero.
Who else was in there? I don't even know. But some of, like, those are like the main pillars.
Nesta? No, Nesta wasn't Juventus.
No, that's a Milan player right there. But
yeah, he's Milan.
I'm not trying to remember. But yeah, no. I think West Ham or Spurs. If you're a West Ham fan and a Spurs fan, just pray for you guys, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, Spurs just need a point, though. They could literally get a draw and be safe. So
that's what I was saying.
They have less to do. Like West Ham have to win and with a good, like, margin too,
and hope like Spurs lose, basically.
Yeah. Which, I mean, Spurs have a horrible home record.
Difference.
Like, Spurs are really bad at home, so I mean they could lose to Everton, but I think West Ham really go down.
Man.
I think they bottle it this year.
I think what happens is they tie. Tottenham, they tie, and then West Ham, maybe they beat Leeds, or maybe they tie, but I mean it wouldn't matter. So I think Tottenham.
We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think those are for the match. I do have to end here at the stream in 5 minutes. I do have to head out soon. But yeah, I think those are the big matches that I'm excited to recap and probably analyze this coming weekend, which I'm really excited and looking forward to watching this weekend. We will quickly go into the recent managers that have been coming in as well. I know we have some big ones. Obviously, we already talked a bit about Pep, his legacy, him leaving, how big that will be for the Premier League. We kind of mentioned that earlier with the fact that it's going to be a big shift for the Premier League. Obviously, we know how much of a dictator he's been in that league, his impact, the mentality that he's put into that team and its players. Can't wait to snatch a few of his players. I'm praying that we go after Rodri for a good price. I'm hoping we can do that. But heard that Maresca will be the one replacing him, which I think is a solid, signing. Has been a part of that team when they won the treble. We saw what the potential that he had at Chelsea. We saw what they had, and you know what? I'm hoping that it goes well for him, at Man City. Obviously, I don't hope Man City succeed. Obviously, because I'm a Man City fan, but I hope for his sake, like he just gets something out of there, like just a good reputation, where like he could potentially move on to another bigger team than Man City. Like who knows for him, but I'm excited for him to be. Just excited to see what he's gonna do, and kind of prove his haters wrong because I've just been a big fan of what he's done at Chelsea, but we'll have to wait and see. Any other ones that kind of get you before I get to my main one, which is the Madrid one, but anyone that you've been excited for? I think we also had Xabi Alonso going to Chelsea. Slot staying. I know that's a big one as well. We've heard that Slot is going to be staying. Anyone's out there, boys, that you're kind of like?
I mean, what
good?
about Michael Carrick getting that permanent
Oh,
job? Well, I mean, it's not
absolutely
fully
right.
official, but it is a here we go.
I wish we had
from-
more time, but what are your initial reactions to that? What is your like quick 1 minute reactions to both?
Yeah.
I wish we had more time. We can probably discuss it after United's game when the season ends because we have to see how United close off, obviously. But what are your initial thoughts for both the United guys and I guess for the other guys too, real quick?
I mean, real short, like I'm totally fine with it, and that's what I wanted because I was always saying like, yo, don't fix it if it ain't broke, And it wasn't. Obviously, there will be challenges for Carrick with now having Champions League and playing like every 2-3 days, which is something that we did struggle this year, despite not having that many opportunities for that. It'll be interesting depending on what we do in the summer and the depth pieces that we add. But love the hiring. I back him, and it's also just cool to with Coventry coming back next year. Frank Lampard, who's the manager for that. You got Carrick, Lampard, and Xabi Alonso as well as like mid like some of the great 2000s midfielders as managers. Like it'll be awesome. I'm
Maresca
excited.
too. Yeah. Any other crazy like players and player managers in there? I mean, I'm trying to think of any other players that are in there. Hopefully, see Jack Wilshere. I know he's not Premier League great, but I've heard Jack Wilshere's done some great things too. I'm just thinking of players.
Maybe Steven Gerrard should have given this manager thing a little harder try, rather than facing out with like the Saudi teams or whatever. Same with like Scholes and Neville, but they're better off just criticizing the sport, Man United.
Those guys are just salty that Carrick's doing well. You ever see how like sour Neville and Roy Keane are? Like they're just really jealous. But I don't know. I'm kind of like cautiously optimistic. We've been good, I'll have to say, but we said the same thing under Ole. Now that's completely different circumstances, different team, different ownership. I kind of wish it was just like a 1-year contract, make him earn the next one. But hey, if he gets us in the top 4 next year, I think that's what we are aiming for. And I also think the ownership are more concerned with squad building than the manager. I think it's important to rebuild that midfield, and there's not really any great managers out there. Nagelsmann's with Germany, Tuchel's with England. There's not any better managers out there, so you might as well stick with what you have rather than getting a downgrade potentially.
Yeah.
Completely agree. And then obviously the big one being this weekend that broke Fabrizio Romano's. I couldn't believe this stat. Obviously the big one for me being the fact that we are getting the special one back at the Bernabeu this coming season, this next season. Jose Mourinho back to Real Madrid. I wish I had more time to really get my full like feelings, but I will say I think after a good week of thinking about it, I think I kind of alluded to it. I'll take it. Cautious because it can go either two ways, and I know it's so cliche, but I'm being serious. This is not gonna go in between. No, this is either gonna go really good because he's gonna come in, put his authority. We've heard the rumors that apparently he will be getting a little bit more power into the transfers, his authority into some of the players, which makes sense. I mean, 2 years giving player power, not successful, even more drama, even more of a mess. It's funny, me and Isaac had that emergency episode with the players fighting And then literally like 2 days later, we had Florentino going on the full rant to the whole press conference, which is just insane. I was like, you know what? That's enough for the Madrid drama. I was not going to do an episode 4 for that. So he's coming into a really crazy environment where if it goes well, you start winning, puts his authority, puts his tactics right, puts our elite players in the position to succeed. I think we'll do really well, and I think we could win titles. But if he comes out very flat, very lethargic in his tactics, but then we just start losing, starts going at what Jose Mourinho loves to do, which is calling out his players, calling out the press, calling out his stars. The stars don't want to run for him, this and that. And he doesn't instill that mentality that we needed for like the last 2 seasons to 3 seasons now. Then this is going to be another continuation or potentially even worse than what it was last year, where we're not going to be trying to compete for the league title. We might have to try to compete to get to top 4, which is not a good sight for us. But I'm excited just for the positive. It's a very high risk, but it's a very high reward as well. Like it's high risk, high reward type of signing where I'm just hoping it goes well. I mean, and the story makes sense too. I mean, didn't win the Champions League with them. Imagine he just comes back and wins it for us. Like that would be absolutely to fulfill the things that he wanted to do that first time when he got to Real Madrid, not being able to win like Decima. And he comes in, stops this reign of terror from Hansi Flick and his team filled with Rashfords and Gabis. And I wanted to see if I got your reaction there, Rich, when I mentioned Rashford first. Your Pedris and your Lamine Yamal's, obviously. So I'm hoping he comes in and stops it again like what he did back in the 2010s. But he's got a rough task, man. He's got a real rough task. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm excited, but I'm also very, very nervous, as you can tell as well with the things that have been happening with Jose these last few years. But one more game for Madrid to play. Danny Carvalho's last game. I've criticized him, but I can't wait to see his last game and just go on a high, hopefully, as a starting right back. But yeah, man, that's all I got. Thank you, boys, for this. I know it's a little bit crazy. I know I don't even have my main camera on right now because, of course, my phone and the Arsenal celebration that's infiltrated my update system, and I can't update my computer to infiltrate that. But Jude, I'm happy for your. I'm happy for you. Not
Thanks,
all
man.
Arsenal fans on Twitter. I'm happy for you, Sam, Zoot, who wasn't unfortunately able to make it. My boy Chris as well, and some other Arsenal. I'm happy for you guys. Again, I'm a person that likes to see my friends happy. But it will be an unsufferable summer where I might have to delete Twitter if you guys do win the champ. If you guys do win the Champions League, just know I'm deleting Twitter.
I might have to as well. Like
I'm deleting that app.
It, bro.
Forget. I might remove it for like the banner on the. I might say, Alan, we're not doing no Twitters. We might have to wait till next season to do that. I might have
No
to remove
TikToks, no Instagrams, nothing.
No, we'll do
Screw it up.
TikToks because we'll piss off some people off or we'll get some interaction. But I will not be on social media. But hoping all goes well for Bruno. I know Bayern are done with the season as well, so congrats to them. I know they won the league title as well. Congrats to any Barca fans out there as well. Have your moment, have your fun, but I'm confident we'll be back. And yeah, I'll see you this coming weekend. Matchday 38 is going to be exciting for both the Spanish and the English league with the relegation and breaks to top 4 as well. And that'll be all. And have a good rest of your day, man. Congrats to Arsenal again and Aston Villa too.
Thank you.
Peace.